YouTube ads beat the other platforms every single time. Now, I want to talk about some of the key reasons: intent, targeting, optimization, consistency, and scaling. These are some of the biggest reasons that YouTube ads win out. Now, I myself, Aleric, if you don't know me, at Ad Outreach, I've helped our clients generate multiple 8 figures in sales using YouTube ads, and I've seen just how powerful they are versus other ad platforms. Now, the other platforms have their place, like Facebook ads, but the problem is there's a lot of people who are having this high lead costs, those high cost per purchase application, whatever that goal is. And that's what I wanted to talk about in this video: how you can leverage these YouTube video ads to get consistent leads and sales, and why YouTube ads beat out other platforms like Facebook ads. Now, the first and most important is intent. Think about the way that YouTube ads run. You're actually getting in front of people at a specific time. You're putting your ad in front of videos, in front of what people are watching on YouTube. People on YouTube are in what I call the learner's mindset. They're actually going on YouTube to learn something. Think about the last time you wanted to figure out how to scale your business, how to market your business, lose weight, mindset shifts. You're watching a video on Tony Robbins or whatever it happens to be, maybe a ClickFunnels video. And then there's an ad in front of that can target you based on what you're consuming right now. Versus on other platforms like Facebook, where it's all just an infinite scroll, you could be looking at all kinds of different pictures. You're not actually looking for anything right now. So one of the key components is intent. On YouTube, you're actually looking for something right now, and you can run your ad in front of that video. Now, the next part that's really important is the targeting. So not just can you actually get in front of specific videos, but you can also reach people with what I call 3D YouTube ads targeting, 3-dimensional YouTube ads targeting. Now, I have it back there on my whiteboard. It might be a little bit of glare there so you can see it or not. But I've talked about this a lot. This is the ability to target people not just based on who they are, but also who they are, what they're watching, and making sure that there's somebody that can afford your program, your services, whatever it happens to be that you're selling. And so with YouTube ads, what we've found is you can actually target people based on these 3 dimensions. Most people, they just target people based on 2 dimensions. On Facebook, it's the demographics, which is kind of loose. You can't even target people based on household income anymore. You used to be able to do that a couple of years ago, but now it's all just zip code. But you could basically do demographics and then interests, what pages people have liked, or a lookalike audience based on your list. But there's nothing about what they're doing right now. Versus over on YouTube, you can target people that are actually watching specific videos, that intent that we talked about, whether that's a video itself, a whole YouTube channel, a collection of videos and a topic, or even keywords, which is one of my favorites, where you're targeting people who are watching videos that have certain keywords, like how to lose weight. If you're selling a fitness-based offer, that's just an easy example. Could be how to scale my business, mindset. Could even be videos, Tony Robbins videos or ClickFunnels videos. But somebody's watching something in particular, and then you can also layer that on YouTube with who that person is and the demographics that they have. So you have the videos that they're watching, that's the videos. You have the demographics, you could target people based on the top income bracket, so you can actually target real household income on YouTube, top 10%, top 20%, and then you layer that with who that person is, websites they visited in the past, because Google knows all of that information. You can also build your own custom affinity audiences, which are similar to the interest audiences you have on other platforms. And you could do it based on Google searches, what people have looked up in the past. So now you're building out a complete profile of who that person is. They're in the top income bracket. They're watching a video on what you have to offer right now, that type of thing. So you know that they have intent. And then you're layering that with who they are as a person, the type of person that you're looking to reach. You create this perfect triangle and can pinpoint that ideal person. Now think about that versus other platforms. This is why I can say it works better, because you're actually targeting people based on not just who they are, but what they're doing right now, and you can layer it with household income so you have that perfect buyer lined out right in the center of that triangle. Think about Facebook, right, where it's just a constant scroll, people are scrolling by. You're not targeting people based on the time that they're going to take action. So what that means for you is you might have people that even click your ad, or they might scroll past your ad, they might be a little bit interested, but are they actually going to watch your full webinar? Are they actually going to sign up for your email list, purchase your products, whatever that next step is? Versus if you reach people when they're actually in the learners and buying mindset. That's what you want to do on YouTube. And then the other benefit too is, think about it, for something that's so intent based, they even give you another leg up because you are only paying on YouTube if somebody watches your video ad beyond 30 seconds. If they skip the ad, they can skip it at 5 seconds. Between 5 and 29 seconds, you don't pay for it. You only pay if they watch more than 30 seconds of that ad. So think about Facebook, you're paying for every single impression every time somebody scrolls past it. So not only on YouTube are you targeting intent, but you're also only paying when they are actually interested and they're watching that video more than 30 seconds. So that's just intent and targeting. There's 3 more reasons that YouTube ads are far more effective. The next is optimization. Right? So one of the big things that I think a lot of people don't know about YouTube ads, and this is where I'm actually kind of peeling back some layers and giving you guys a peek behind the curtain. With YouTube ads, you can optimize down to the exact video your ad ran in front of, the exact keyword that you targeted, the exact audience targeting to see what works and doesn't work. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar on Facebook. One of the big problems is if you have a campaign, you're not sure how well it's doing, you kind of have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's a lukewarm campaign, it's performing okay. There's not a lot you can do to it because it's all just one campaign. You can't see the breakdown. If you have different, different interests added in, different pages, lookalike audiences, you can't tell what worked or what didn't work. Versus on YouTube, you can put all of these into one. So you can take all of these different audiences, and then you can take all of the different ads that you're running. And then you can take all of the different videos you're running your ad in front of, keywords you're running your ad in front of, topics, and you can see exactly which keyword, exactly which topic produced what results. So you can see a little bit of that on Facebook. The only thing you can see is which ad actually produced better. So you know the way that you can look at your ads and you can say, okay, this ad is getting more cost-effective registrants or conversions. You could do that on YouTube, not just with the ads, but also all of the targeting as well. This keyword is getting registrants at $10. This one's $20. Let's turn it off and let's double down our spend over here. That's exactly what you can do on YouTube. So the optimization is that much better. So there's the intent, there's the targeting, there's the optimization. Next we get to consistency. This is one of the biggest things that I always hear about with Facebook ads is it's like a roller coaster, up and down. One day you're getting lots of leads, the next day you're not getting that many at all. What you want to do is you want to have ads that are consistent. That's one of the biggest things our clients talk about is the consistency that they see with YouTube ads and how they can build a business, dependable business off of that. And so essentially, one of the big things and the problems with Facebook ads is that it's all built around an algorithm. Because it doesn't have intent and there's nothing denoting the specific video you're running your ad in front of or when you show up in front of somebody, Facebook has to figure that out with an algorithm. So sure, you know the right people, but they might serve the ad at 3 a.m. in the morning. They might serve the ad at a random, inopportune time. Maybe you're just checking your phone really quickly before you're about to get into your car. That's not a great time to target somebody, especially if you're a coach, consultant, course creator, or you're in kind of the educational space, you want to get somebody on a webinar. It's not a great time to reach them because they're not going to be able to watch it right now. And so on Facebook, they have to fill that all in with the algorithm. That's how sometimes if the algorithm works well, you're getting a lot of leads. Or maybe even the next day on the same campaign, the algorithm could be out of whack and you're not getting as much. Versus on YouTube, you are targeting people based on what they're doing right now, and you're actually able to make sure that you are reaching people that are actually in the learner's mindset, that they're actually ready to consume and watch your content. So that's one of the incredible things is you can get your ads specifically in front of videos that you know are going to allow people to convert. And because you're doing that with larger collections like keywords, you're layering it with audiences, the 3D YouTube ads we talked about, it's a lot more scalable too. which we'll talk about in a second. Now, that's not even to mention the shutdowns and having all of your accounts stop running all of a sudden. That's one of those things that a lot of other ad platforms face that YouTube doesn't face as much. And the final component is scaling, the scalability, right? The same way that YouTube ads are more consistent, you also have that same ability to scale, because when you have a campaign and you know that running your ad in front of this group of people who are watching these videos, who have these interests, you're able to take that and able to scale that up. Versus on Facebook, if you're just trying to scale your campaigns and you're running $100 a day and you scale that up to $200 a day, you have to pray that the algorithm is going to work. Pray that that is actually going to increase at that double rate. Versus on YouTube, if you're scaling up from $100 to $200, you're just buying more of what already worked. On Facebook, it's all just going into the algorithm, and it may or may not work. It's just this collection of people. They're going to reach a certain segment of people. You've heard all the different rules before, 20% every other day, duplicate and relaunch, and that's all to try and get the algorithm to work in your favor. Versus on YouTube, it scales more linearly. If you're running your ads in front of a keyword or a collection of videos that you know works, and you've already trimmed the fat, you've gotten rid of what doesn't work before, and now you have only the things that are working the best, you can directly, linearly scale that up and just spend double on what's already working. And that's how you can have a lot more scalability on YouTube too. I hope you found this video valuable and you learned how you can get more leads and sales for your business using YouTube video ads. If you want to see exactly how this works and build this out for your own business, you can go to adoutreach.com/webinar to watch a complete webinar that we have on how you can use YouTube ads in your business. The link will be right down there in the description. We also have a version specifically for coaches, consultants, and course creators, adoutreach.com/new-webinar. Now, in addition to that, if you want to see results, testimonials, case studies, see what's possible with YouTube ads, we've helped our clients generate multiple 8 figures in sales using YouTube video ads. We work with hundreds and hundreds of different clients. You've probably seen many of their ads on YouTube already. If you want to see some of those results, testimonials, and case studies, go to adoutreach.com/results. The link is down there below as well. And if you guys are ready to book a call with our team to map out the strategy for YouTube ads for your own business, go to adoutreach.com/apply and schedule a strategy call with our team. That's where we're going to be diving in and mapping out exactly what YouTube ads can look like in your business. And if that's a good fit for you, we'll outline what that strategy looks like. Also, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel right here. We're posting consistently with the latest content on YouTube ads and online marketing. And also be sure to check out our Facebook group and join our email list down below as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.